from like one of the first 10 subscribers. He's been with us a long time. Stop jumpers live!
We're live, baby. We're burning it up.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna put this way.
I'll shut the TV off. You want to put it up on the TV?
Oh, I don't care. Let's see.
Or we can put it on top of the TV. Or
How about this? No? Does it work? Everybody see?
Can't get everybody in it. Just turn it a little bit more when we get everybody in it.
Yeah. Turn it this way. I don't need to be in it. I'll just run my mouth. Look at this. Hi, Carolina Farm World. He the man. Yes, sir. Who else we got there? Videos by Al. Hey, Al, what's going on, brother?
What's going on?
Dicker with Davey. Oh, we tried to get Tater out here, but he was too sweepy. He went to sweep, I think. Poor Tater. Tater had a rough day. If not a rough day, just a long day. He set everything up. Yeah.
I'm surprised he has a voice left.
I know.
Oh, God.
I know. Larson. Hey, there's a good view.
There's Shannon. I'm here.
Shannon.
He's here.
Yes, sir. That's the 3X man. How tall are you, Shannon? Like 8 feet? Like Sasquatch? Huh?
Snowman's coming tomorrow.
Snowman. Poor Wadey. Yeah, everybody give Wadey some love. We love you, Wadey!
See you guys tomorrow. Who's coming tomorrow? I gotta turn mine on. So
Hey, check this out. Look at this. Where do you suppose I got that? Look at it. Well, get some. Huh? That's the odor me and Alex can put together. Yeah.
Come on.
What's he say? Here I am. Hey, Shannon, there he is. Poor Wade, blah, blah, blah. Snowman, howdy, boys. Howdy, y'all. Where's old McCoy?
I told him come down.
Come down, man. Hey, Mike, where are you? Come on down and get a beer, buddy. There he is. Hey,
He said beer, and we started knocking on the door.
Oh, hey, there you are. Yeah. So, yeah, I figured that was Mike. We said beer. I figured we'd be here. Yep.
Take a seat, wherever you
Jealous, I want a hoodie. There you go. What are we drinking? Well, we got some Bud Light, right, Chow? Right, Chow, we got the Bud Light.
Got Girls Light over here.
Girls Light,
got
Girls
Girls Light. Yeah.
And
Girls Light.
Alex is drinking the hard stuff.
Logger Brandon just
Mountain
joined
Dew.
us. Step on up there and say howdy doody to everybody.
What's up, folks?
There he is, man. That's North Carolina boy. Yep, old hillbilly.
Don't mix them up.
You want a beer? You want a beer? Huh? You good? Okay. Good deal. What the hell you got on your shirt? Funko. Look at, hey, check this out, guys. Look at this.
Yes.
Look at that. Look at what Pete give us. Awesome. Mr. Nutsy 319, huh?
I'm gonna try to make some shirts up
Awesome.
for my YouTube site. I'm looking for something witty or something nice. I haven't quite figured out what I want to do. I'm sure if Alex has his choice, it'll be something dirty.
Yeah.
No.
What did you
He's
say? I like
infatuated with the Nuts 319 name.
Yes, yeah.
Everybody's got to have little nuts in their life.
Yeah, that's right. I got big nuts and I cannot lie.
So,
Hey, you other fellas lie.
so when I get them made, what I'll do is we'll do something with, like maybe these guys will do giveaways or something, and
Oh,
maybe get some out there.
man.
Turn that volume down. Jeez. You're hearing it like 3 times.
6'2", 308 on broad, 38 waist.
Holy crap. Well, you
It's a
ain't a
big
fat
boy.
guy. You're just big. You sold me one 3X shirt.
Bobcat, 325. How you doing,
Shannon
buddy?
Schedule.
XMO driver, where are you from?
Yeah, XMO. He's pretty cool.
Crossing the border. He can't be too far from me then.
Wait, Mexico?
Yeah.
Si, senor.
I lost my feed.
You lost your feed.
You're back now.
There it is.
Si, senor.
I should turn the volume down, huh?
Honey Jack. Where's the Honey Jack, Paul?
That's tomorrow night.
Oh, baby.
Oh.
Well, don't get me started on the
I think Wade
blood.
drank it all.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a new drink, guys. I'll tell you what. Well, maybe you saw some of this, but I'll tell you what. Get yourself some Fireball bourbon, some Jim Beam Fireball, and mix that shit with Dr. Pepper. Oh,
That's good.
Oh,
That's what all the girls
Oh,
are
that's
drinking.
that's a man's drink, buddy. That's a man's drink.
That's what most of the college girls out in Oregon drink.
Oh, that's good stuff.
I'm definitely coming out to work.
Yes, you. Hey, Pete's single.
Yes,
so, yeah,
yes.
I think
Hey,
you are.
let's get the
Hey,
face in there.
He's single.
There you go.
Oh,
Look at the size of them hands.
I'm still looking for that logger's wife booth, but I can't find it.
Yep. Got to find that special woman who will put up with the dumbass logger.
Hey, I gotta say something.
Stevie's bringing the shine. Yes.
Whoa, Stevie.
Oh, he's bringing the sunshine.
Yeah, he's headed down. I just got a message.
Steve, when you gonna be here, Billows? Come on down, buddy boy.
Hey,
Huh?
Billows, is Billows on here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Look at this. Look what we're sporting right here.
Oh,
Billows belt.
Yeah, look at that. You got a Billow belt shirt.
Nice shirt, buddy. I don't care
Yeah.
what Wade says about you. Nice shirt.
Yep. We don't care what your mother says about you. You're all right. Ooh, did I say that out loud? I'm just teasing. You
I
know
had
that.
no idea.
Where is Stevie? Is he on? He ain't on. He's driving. XMO.
His
Hey,
live feed said tonight. Yeah, he's coming down. Where are you from, XMO driver?
what'd that say? Oh. What was that last one?
I don't know. They go away so fast.
They go away. They go away. What digger would they go? Gonna go with the Yoder instead of a tower, Larson. I think so.
Yes.
I think.
Then we can
More
use it
versatile.
100% of the
Yeah,
time.
then we can use it.
Ontario, London. What
Wow.
time is it over
You're
there?
like 2 hours from me. Exmo
Wow.
driver.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
We're near
London,
Melton.
Ontario. Oh, really?
Yeah.
16-year-old Scotch, Larson Timber said.
Oh, baby. Now you're talking.
Oh my.
Hey, Tina. There she is. His
Live
live
feed
feed
is
up.
up.
Yep, his cookie's done. That's what I want to know. I
Yeah.
give a damn
How
about
many
the
cookies
live
are you
feed. I want some cookie feed.
Yeah.
That's what we need. Cookie feed.
The last
Great.
bag she sent me, my kids ate every one of them before I got home from work.
Oh, my God.
Darn good
Yeah, we're
kids.
10
couldn't
minutes
kill him.
north,
I couldn't
Exmo
kill him.
driver. 10 minutes north of Melton.
Hey, man. Wow.
So, Nutsy had an idea, and I think it's a really good idea. And I think since Brandon's probably the youngest one here, how'd you get started logging?
Yeah.
I was born into it.
He's
How
born
old are
into
you?
it.
I'm 25.
Oh yeah, you got
He's a
me.
young buck. He's a young buck.
I actually started operating a knuckle boom way before I should have been. I was probably 10 whenever I started learning how to run it.
Yeah.
But my grandfather had the theory, put him on it and let him run it.
Sure. Worked, didn't it?
So we liked to burn up a knuckle boom the first time I got on it. We had it pulled over there. He had a pile, a big old pile of stuff. He said, we need to stack this stuff up a little bit higher so we can burn it. We back it up there with a truck, the International. Back it up there beside of it. I go to working, and we can't get it to pull it out.
Oh, no.
He has already lit the fire.
Oh, no. That ain't good.
And I'm starting to feel it in the cab. I'm like, we
Oh,
gotta do something. So we go to the shop, which was 2 miles down the road, get the skidder.
Yeah.
And the skidder operator, he comes up there, gets it out, and then he runs the skidder out of fuel.
Oh! That sounds like my operation.
Pushing the stuff up on the fire. We had already moved the knuckle boom. He's pushing the stuff up on the fire. He runs out of fuel, so
Oh,
he didn't last too long after that.
Oh. Did it burn the skidder up?
No,
Wow.
we luckily got it started. He was on the back side of the fire.
Real McCoy had a great time today. Looking forward for tomorrow. I want to tell you guys this right now. I don't want to guess the age or anything, but I'm absolutely 100% impressed that his wife wore a pair of work boots to the Paul Bunyan
Yeah.
I would not want to have to go to work with that
Real-
woman.
Real
because
McCoy's a guy sitting to my right. Dad's a cool dude. I'm
Yes.
really glad I met
Him
you.
and his wife
That's a
both
cool
are
dude.
awesome.
Oh, Mike, you're all right in our book. And
Yeah.
and your wife, I'll tell you what, she married, you married up, brother. How did you find her? Huh?
Stumpy and new to channel Dickard sent me.
Oh,
We're glad to have you.
awesome.
Whether you got
Thank you,
sent
sir.
or just stop by.
Thank you. Yes,
thought
yes,
Dickard
welcome
was coming.
aboard. Yeah.
I think he was supposed to.
Yeah,
He couldn't
Dickard
make
couldn't
it.
make it. No, unfortunately, he could not make it.
All right, who's next?
That'd be you.
Oh, damn.
Okay,
Ow.
nothing.
How did I get into it? I don't really know. I started cutting firewood when I was in high school. I'm not from a family of loggers. I'm not from a geographic area that has loggers in it. I mean, I'm close to the Pittsburgh area.
No stealing.
Yeah.
My family.
Here we go.
Family's all carpenters. I'm a third generation carpenter, so I bend nails in the summer and cut logs all winter and after work in the summer and whenever I can until I can make it a full-time thing. I don't.
Yep.
I tell you what, the people say, once you start, it's addicting, and I'm hooked.
Yep. It gets in your
blood.
It's like me being born into it. That's all I ever wanted to do. I mean, you could.
Kev, you're up next.
And the thing about it, it's like, you know, you be out and about doing something, and you're just like grumpy and mumping. Everyone's like, well, what is your problem? It's, I ain't stuck a bar into a tree in like 2 weeks, you know. I'm getting Jones here, you know. We got to start cutting some stuff.
You got to get it fixed.
Oh, man.
Just like the cutter man that was with me earlier, he had run a track hoe for his, since the time he got out of school. I said, just come run the saw head one day, the cutter. He said, all right, I'll try. So he come over there and run it. And it won a week. I couldn't get it. You can't. He won't do anything.
Yeah.
Hey, slide your butt over here somewhere.
Mark
so we
Gary,
can't
come over from Alex's channel, Woolot Mafia. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Woolot Mafia.
This is the Woolot.
Sounds like
Wait, they ain't here, but they're part of the Woolot Mafia too, you know. So.
All right, Kev, how about you?
Grew up on a farm, so always cutting firewood for winter heat. Worked factory job, got laid off, and did some running around for a year. And my buddy was looking for someone who was in the logging industry, and that was the beginning of the end. And like everyone else says, it gets in your blood, and that's all you want. Like here I am out of logging. It's all about logging, logging.
What is it too? You get into it, and it's like all the cards are stacked against me. You know, it's proven that it's not a very profitable industry. It's not, you know, it's hard. Everything's expensive. You're working long hours, late days, cold, crap weather.
Feast or famine.
You come back for more every
Yeah, but you know what?
Hey,
you're doing your thing.
I mean, it's like you're laying in the mud, tearing belly pan out from a skidder, and you're covered head to toe in mud and grease and crap, and then you're sitting there going, "What am I doing with my life?" You wake up the next morning and go, "Let's do it again."
That's it. That's good.
It's great.
Like Frankie said, I did it my way.
It's that one day when everything goes right.
I had one of them days with that man right there.
The get some is way up there, and everything is just clicking. I don't care if you're falling trees on a skidder, shovel, whatever. When everything's clicking, the AM, FM's on, and you're just
jamming.
That's what it's all about.
We had that day. I remember I called you at lunchtime, and I said, "How big's that pile?" And you said, "Just keep them coming.
Keep them coming."
You know what? I wonder if I got that picture on my phone. I don't think I ever put that on the tube.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can find it. We'll hold it up in front of the camera real quick. Give me a second here. Who's next now? I want to know.
Me? Alright. Good.
Jeez. Mine actually started with conception.
Conception?
Yes, because the night my daddy crawled off of Mama, he said, "This one's going to pull line," and I said, "Yes, sir." 14 years old, I was in high school, or junior high, Forks, Washington. My dad had a Mark III Burger with a brand new Bowman Sky car.
Woohoo! Get
He
some!
was running a 98 link belt. Larson, you're going to like this one. He was doing about 45 loads a day.
Wow.
He blowed the motor up in the yarder, and I drove the service truck up and brought parts up to him as the crew was leaving.
That was one day me
And when the crew got back the next morning, we were tightening the bolts down on the head and getting ready to crank that yarder up. The yarder engineer mounted off the dad, and he fired him. So he took picked the Skyline up, and he shipped the Sky Car back. And those guys started logging, and he started loading trucks, and they blew a go-ahead. And he come out of the shovel, and he grabbed me, and he threw me in that seat of that Mark II, and he said, "This is this, and that's that." And he said, "That $65,000 hits the carriage, hits the ground, and your mom won't have to make dinner for you tonight." That's how I got started logging.
You got broken soft, huh?
Yes, sir.
For real soft.
Since it's Paul's turn next, this was a day I worked with Paul. Let's see, I don't know how this is going to turn out. Can you see?
Up pretty good.
Where's the eye? Let's get no glare. Can you see that picture? That's my tall, skinny butt.
Yeah.
That was a day.
It's coming out good, yeah.
Okay,
good.
come on back. That was a day cutting with Paul. There was Paul on the shovel, me hand cutting. Who's Ronnie?
Big Ronnie.
Ronnie was in kimchi, and who was the fella in the skidder?
I can't remember. It was Butchie, wasn't it?
I
think so. An older fella.
You read Larson Timber? He was still in the oven and his mom was running skitter.
Yep.
10-4.
Yeah. There you go.
That's tough to beat there.
Yes.
That's tough to beat.
Yes.
How about you, Paul?
How about me? Well,
Hey, you know what? Tell them what you told me the other day, because I think you will get a good reception out of it. I
you
really
didn't
do.
smell good or something? What did I tell you? I don't. What did I tell
No,
you?
the whole story.
The whole story?
Yeah.
Oh boy, you guys are in for a long story. Well, first of all, I was born a poor black child. All right. And the only thing.
Tell a whole long story. He goes there for.
Yeah. See, he ran away with my long story. No, I started doing this. It was funny. My mom and dad we grew up on a farm. My brother owns it now. You guys might have seen it in some of my quahog chowder eating videos there. Yeah. And barbecue. My brother's family reunion. But anyway, it was nice. It was mostly wooded, 100 acres that we grew up on. And Mom and Dad had it timbered. It was like 1978, so I was pretty young. I was 13, and we grew up in an old farmhouse. The house was built in 1721. No basement. It had a little dirt walk, like a root cellar. So Dad, we ended up digging the basement out. Now this was during the oil crisis and all that crap in the late 70s. So heating oil was expensive. So he got an H&S Tarm, T-A-R-M, wood burning furnace, and built a chimney off the end of the house, plumbed it all in, and we dug the whole basement out and concreted the floor and everything, and built a wood hopper we could put. So we went to burning wood. Well, after the property was timbered, there was tops everywhere. So we had a old 40, like a 40, what was it, a 46 Dodge Power Wagon, 4-wheel drive Dodge Power Wagon with the flathead 6 in it. And we used to do a snow plow with it. So anyway, I took that in the woods, I would cut firewood. Dad said, you cut me a load for the house, you cut a load for the farmhouse, you cut a load for yourself and sell it. So that's how I actually got into this business. I would cut wood for the house, and then I would cut a load, and I would take it down to the end of our driveway and stack it. And I advertised it, and I started selling wood. My first customer was a black fella named Al Santos, wonderful guy. And I hope he's still living. He was probably in his 50s.
As old as you are?
Oh, he was just what a wonderful human being that man was. He was just dear friend. I sold firewood to him for years after that. When I got my license, I started delivering firewood. So anyway, I kind of took an early sabbatical from school because they wouldn't let me drive my wood truck to school. So is that the story you wanted me to tell about the school situation?
Yeah, how you...
All right, whatever. Being a little bit of a smartass that I am, I started the 11th grade.
Not you.
And I was full on selling firewood, So I would take my truck to school. I had a 1968 International Lodestar. I think it was a Lodestar 1800, and I had it was a 14-foot flatbed body on it. And I didn't dump. But every day we would go, I had an old Army deuce and a half, and we would go to the woods, we would cut 4-foot boltwood, or firewood, and we would hook it up onto the frame on the old hoopy there, the old Army truck. It was just a straight frame rail with a couple of bunks on the ends, and we'd sidewind the wood, So we would hook it, me and my buddy, Matt, would hook that wood on that truck, and we take it out. We could put about 1.5 cords on the truck, take it out, hook it onto the International, all by hand, okay, stack it. We put 3 rows, 4x4x8 rows on the truck, and we go deliver it. And then it didn't dump, so we had to hook it off, okay. So you figure a green cord of oak weighs about 3 tons. So by the time you handled that, each cord you'd handle about 9 tons, by hand, at times 3. And some days we would do that 2 times, but not always. But so anyway, I started driving my truck to school so I could deliver the firewood.
The
figured, Dave. That's good.
What did you say?
So you were a hooker.
Yeah, hooker, yeah. I stuck that some bitch in my leg one day. That was neat. But anyway, so I drove my truck to school, right? And they told me, you can't drive that truck to school. We're going to tow it and all this shit. I said, well, I've got 2 study commons at the end of my school in here today. And what am I doing? I'm hanging around doing nothing. I said, I need early work release, which you could do. In 11th grade, they give you driving privileges and you could get early work release. Well, I said, why don't you do that for me? Well, you need to have your mother and father sign and then you have to have your employer sign. So that's no problem. Give me paperwork, right? So,
Rhode Island.
What's that?
I said, do that in a Rhode Island accent.
Oh, what, a Rhode Island accent? Oh, that's slipping out. But anyway, so I said, okay, we'll do that. We went back to the house, and Mom and Dad signed the paper, and I come back there the next day, and the principal's name was J.J. Quartella, okay? And so I go into the principal's office, okay, because I drove my truck again, so they called me, Reynolds, get to the office, okay. So I go down there, bring my paperwork in. I said, here, I got my paperwork, so you can give me driving privileges. So he says, okay. He looks it over. He says, all right, Mom, Dad signed it. I said, yeah. He says, what about, well, you didn't get the employer to sign it. I said, oh, let me have that. So I grabbed the pen off the counter and I signed my name where it said sign for your employer. So I signed it and I handed it back to him. And he didn't take that too kindly. He said, what the hell's wrong with you? He says, you smart ass. I said, I'm self-employed. Oh, for Christ's sakes, you can't be self-employed. Blah, 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 blah. I said, what do you mean I can't be self-employed? I own a truck. I own my hoopy wagon. I own my chainsaws. I said, I'm self-employed. He couldn't conceive that at all. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to leave. So I left. And they told me you'd be a lump of coal. You'd be back in 2 weeks.
What'd you tell him happens to
Oh, I turned around on the way out. I says, hey, JJ. What, Reynolds? I says, you know what happens to coal if it's put under enough pressure? He says, yeah, what? I said, turns to diamonds, baby.
Hey, get some!
He just laughed. Get the hell out of my school. So I did. So anyway, then one thing led to another, and my first skidder was a 1973 Gaffner mini skidder. And I don't know if anybody knows what that is or not, but anybody remember the Gaffner Iron Mules, the little forwarders? It was basically one of those with a skidder ass end on it. Had a little tiny gearmatic winch on it. It had a little tiny rubber on it. It had a little 4-cylinder Perkins diesel engine in it, and Unimog, Mercedes Unimog differentials. And I started out with that. So when everybody else, at 17, my dad co-signed a note for me, so I could get started. I borrowed $17,000. I bought the skidder, a conveyor, a wood splitter, and a whole bunch of John Thread chainsaws off this guy. I bought them out. The guy's name was Dave Cruz, and that was it. I was hooked.
So. How about your worst or scariest accident, or what would have been?
Ooh.
That's actually a good one. I mean, that's something that not a lot of people do on here, is talk about
close calls.
Yeah, I mean, maybe something we should do.
I got a good one.
Before we do that, and I'm not going to say the name. God damn it. One of the kids that worked with me last summer for Rose lost his life yesterday. And I'm still kind of broke up about it.
He did die? That sucks.
He'll have a patch or timber in heaven.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, he was pretty upset yesterday. He heard the kid got hurt and they didn't know he was going to make it. But he
pulled a tree over on himself.
With the sky car?
Working by himself.
Oh, man.
Anyway, so yeah, let's talk about worst injuries. Get that.
Yeah, it's definitely something because maybe someone can learn from it.
Sure. Some more dumbass mistakes?
I'll be the first one to tell you when I screw up.
Yeah.
And Mother Nature's the first one to let you know, but I'll be the first one to share it. So I mean, I'd be happy.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
Who goes first on this one?
I already talked some, so somebody else take a turn.
That's you, Mr. Canada.
Oh. They have ketchup, potato chips.
Oh.
And
yeah.
Hey, watch this. Come on out and get some. Hey,
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Just out and about.
Out and about.
Oh, that's even better. I can't even match that.
He's out and about. Yep. I love it.
Now, for all the people watching in Canada, happy Thanksgiving. To
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys
Happy
out there.
Thanksgiving Day to our neighbors. Our neighbors to the north.
There you go, Dickard. I told you I wouldn't forget.
Yes, sir. Happy Thanksgiving
Dickard
Day.
Dave says, Safety Girl is asking if you fill out your near-miss reports.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
What's that?
When you're Wildcat, you don't got to do that. You just got to learn.
You just
Don't do
change
that
your
again.
underwear and keep going.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's you go home, you change your shirt, and then you go to the hospital.
Yep.
That's fine.
Yep. I've had a couple good ones. Go ahead. What have you had? Good ones.
Easy on the Canucks, Shannon says.
Yeah, we love you guys. We love our neighbors. Hey, I'll tell you what, we couldn't have better neighbors to the north. You kidding me?
I'm jealous of you guys up there. I'm
We
jealous.
love the Canadians. We love the Froggies, huh? And the Canucks, huh? Hey? Well, they don't have nothing else to do up there but just make babies. They gotta make babies to stay warm.
Is that French Canadian?
Here we go. The next thing, the skidder's on top of me.
I am Jacques Black Shellac, c'est Dumbledore for Canada, huh?
I don't know.
Wow, that was good. I'm impressed.
Jacques Black Shellac. Don't you remember who Jacques Black Shellac was? Huh? You don't remember
What
that?
was your worst injury or scariest moment, Kev?
Meeting us.
Yeah.
Probably the worst for your psyche, too.
It was alongside the road in Chicago, Ohio, just a couple weeks ago.
I was born upon black child.
Probably getting when we were clearing with the skid steer using the forks, and when we, I don't know if you can see, when you use the forks, you grab the log and it comes in and you basically picking it up like a baseball bat, pulling it out, and 25-foot piece. He went to spin and I wasn't out of the way and
Oh, no.
right across my back.
Oh.
Right onto a stump, put the chest straight onto the stump,
Oh,
and I
no.
don't know if it knocked me out or what. It was like yard sale, hard hat and saw everywhere.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if I cracked my sternum or I didn't go to the doctors or anything, but day off and the rest of the day off and that was it. But
Get here tomorrow. We got quoted on me.
yeah, exactly.
Go get your healing done,
That's the
man.
sad thing.
It was a
something
fraud. You know, I turned my back and I
Yep.
shouldn't have, and
Yep.
you gotta watch what's going on.
Oh,
It's-
yeah.
Now we got the grapple, we don't do that anymore.
Yep.
But
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta really...
Dan had a Widowmaker come down, broke his shoulder blade. On his shoulder blade, broke his collarbone, 2 ribs,
Who's
2
that,
inches
Fitzgerald?
over, and it would have hit his head. Fritzwater, Dan.
Yeah, Fritz.
I can relate to that, Mr. Fritzwater.
Yeah. I've been clobbered a couple times.
Have you seen Hilljack's channel?
yeah,
That's what running skidder will do to you. That kid is only like 13 years old, and he has a full beard.
That's
That's what running skidder will do to you.
That might
Yes,
be
sir.
why I ain't, you can tell I hadn't run a skidder. I can't get a look at her.
I just tracked the 300 Doosan over my 460. I bet it still run though,
Oh.
because it's a still. Get
well
down.
now you can buy a Husky.
Hey, is it still flat? Does it still run? Still jump. That's what I always say. Nah, I like
Boy, I've got.
You probably
How's Hilljack's
He probably
finger?
got the most.
Yeah.
Tina?
Tyler
Didn't
Long's
run that
doing
over,
shit.
did he?
No, I don't know.
He smashed it at school.
Oh.
Yeah, blew the tip right open.
Oh.
Last time we did this, I told
It's
the
billow
one.
flat, Dickard.
Yeah.
I told the one where the log went over me, so
Yeah.
everybody's probably heard that one. When I blew my knee out, when I actually, I injured it before, and was talked into doing, how the hell is Big Nuts?
Big nuts. Big nuts.
Who's that?
Shannon said, how the hell is Big Nuts?
Shannon, what's up? It's Mr. Skidjo.
Anyway, so I went off a lift
Nuts.
tree in a windstorm.
Yes, it's flat.
And I knew I shouldn't have went up it, but it was either we had to do it or we were going home. So I got up. I was probably 75 to 90 feet high.
Ew.
And I was watching the wind circles. And it would come and
Oh,
die
on the
off,
way.
and then come and die off. So I thought that I figured out my time frame. And I waited for the wind to die down, and I threw my face cut in, and I, not being a timber faller, can't fall trees very good on the ground, so I always put a chain around them when I'm up them because I need all the help I can get. So I knew it wasn't going to split on me. Anyway, so I put my face in and knocked it out, and sure enough, the wind picked up. So I was like, right on, I figured out my time zones here. And they would come in like gusts of 3 and then go away for a little bit. So I waited till the third gust, and as soon as the third gust died down, I grabbed my saw and stuck it in the back end of that thing, and I did not have it figured out right. And it cracked I cut the left-hand corner off, and it started coming over top of me. So I threw my saw, and I don't like rope. I've always climbed with a chain. And I threw my chain and went to spin to the other side, and the chain caught a knot. And I couldn't get away from it. And it come right across my shoulder, and my knee took about 98% of that. And it was 26 to 30 inches where I was bucking it off.
Damn, that's a scary feeling.
And there's nobody else on the crew that can climb. So I can't come out of the tree now until I can get a line down to these guys. So I go ahead and hoist my block and strap, put it in, throw my rope in it, and throw it down to them guys, and I said, okay. Dave, son of a bitch.
What did he do?
Dave, did you think you were watching Sets of Waves? You don't surf with trees, you prick. Anyway, so I get my block and strap in, and I throw my rope down, and I got these 3 guys down there, and I said, take it and wrap a tree and get a hold of it. And they're like, oh, no, we can hang on to you. I'm like, I don't think that's going to happen, boys. So they wrap a tree, and I tie off, and I jump out, and the first thing I hear is, oh, shit. And down the tree we come.
Did you pass them on the way down?
No, they slowed me down. I still had, I don't want to say it was completely shot, but I had use of my right leg yet. So I was catching my right spur as I was coming down to slow myself down. Kind of like I was rappelling, which if I would have ever rappelled out of them, my plumbing knees probably wouldn't have been blown out.
Sometimes we find you repelling.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm always heading. Damn it! I couldn't open pass that one off. Come on. That's what you call it.
I've actually got
quite a few.
Yeah.
A few, yeah. So
maybe this young buck over here will learn from our stupid experiences, huh?
Ooh, I learned a long time ago. Mine didn't have nothing to do with logging.
Yeah.
Mine was the whole paying attention factor.
Yeah.
It was a girl.
No.
You were paying attention to a girl, weren't you?
See, I was always so busy, I didn't really have much interest in. I'd pick one girl out, and that's what I'd go after.
Yeah.
I picked one out, and I was a little too young, and she turned wild. I'm talking about just crazy. The second one, though, she's good as gold.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you locked onto that one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as she hangs on to me, I'm going to hang on to her.
That's good.
She hears about it every day.
Ask Pa how the log grapple felt to the head. He thought that was going to take him out.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on, Nelly?
Sure as hell took him off his feet.
Who's that?
Todd Reynolds?
Oh, that's my brother. Oh, yeah. You watching, buddy?
That's my brother.
Hey, big stuff. Huh? Hey, love you, brother. Hey, yeah. Would you want me to tell that story? Yeah, well. Okay. All right. I was cutting for ITL on a big track, 1,700 acre track we were on down in.
Come up anytime, Short
Burnside, Pennsylvania. And anyway, the mill was too cheap to buy us any anti-skid. So the triaxles showed up one morning. I met them at the gate, and our road was all icy. So I come up with this brilliant idea.
One that doesn't break down.
I told the log truck driver, Skippy, I can't remember his last name. I said, Skippy, I said, take your log bucket and dig over in the berm of the road, in the bank, and dig out some dirt, and me and Butchie will take and spread it around so we can get in the damn place. There was just a steep pinch getting in through the gate, and then after that, it wouldn't have been too bad to get a run for the next hill. So anyway, what it was is spring run that kind of ran down the road and froze over. It was just glare ice. So he starts digging into the bank, right? And and getting some dirt out, you know, because the ground was kind of frozen. So he busts that up, gets us a spot. So anyway, I come up with this brilliant idea since I didn't have nothing. I didn't have a shovel or nothing. I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll pull the guts out of my hard hat, right? You pull your what do you call it, webbing or whatever out, right? And you got a nice empty bucket. So I did that, and I was running over to the side of the.
See you later, Larson.
Around the side of the truck. Take it easy, brother.
See you, Larson.
See you, bud.
So I was scooping the dirt up, putting it in my hard hat, which I should have had on my big friggin' stupid looking head. So I'm sprinkling it up the road, you know. So I'm doing that, and anyway, Butchie was doing it too. I don't think he had some kind of a container. I can't remember. Maybe he had a shovel or something. I don't know. So I go around the truck, right, and I'm right in Skippy's blind, okay? And now on the Prentice log loaders of 120 Prentice, you know, you guys who run them know this, but for everybody else, you're sitting in the chair on the driver's side of the truck, and he's got the boom up like this, right? You know, and he's coming around, and he can't see me because I'm down here in the blind, and I'm bent over, my big fat noggin aiming towards the truck, right? And I'm scooping dirt. And Skippy didn't know I went in there. He thought I was still over sprinkling dirt. So anyway, he comes whipping around, okay? And he sees me, okay? And he's got a bucket full of dirt with the tongs on that thing. It was bypass grapple, right? So the tongs are sticking out like this far, right? And he sees me and jacks on the swing the other way to stop. And just so happened that my big friggin' stupid lunky head, when he jacked the grapple to swing it the other way, he did swing, the grapple swung out, okay, and I don't know how I lived through this. It hit me right square in the friggin' noggin.
Wow.
And it blew me back about 30 feet, knocked me out, okay? And so...
Thanks for stopping, Tina.
See you,
Hey,
Tina.
Tina.
Looking forward to cookies.
We want cookies.
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 Cookie monster.
So anyway, it knocked me out for a few seconds. I don't know. All I know is Butchie coming over and whacking me. You wake up, you're right. Well, yeah, but I had some blood in my ears, blood in my mouth, you know, down my throat, and it was making me kind of ill. I didn't go to the hospital because I just wanted to work that day. So I went up. I sat up on a log pile for a while. I puked a couple times, and then I started feeling better. I took a couple Tylenols, finished the day.
But that's what most
Got-
pregnant women drink anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Pregnant, whiny women, yeah. And then I was on that time of the month. And anyway, so I got home, and Mammy said, what happened to your head? Because I had this big freaking bruise about that big. I had a dent. My head still got the dent. It's still there. So I told her, and she says, you asshole, was her words. Let's go. And we went. I had a concussion, but it was no big deal. It was too late to do anything about it anyway.
Candied nuts
But yeah, that was fun. That was
Nuts.
a close one.
You get nuts.
I don't know how.
Nice.
I don't know how. Because that thing hit me.
Celebrity
I thought a branch was falling out of the tree, but whatever. I got a couple other ones, but go ahead.
So is that how your singing career started?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Who else that?
Truck driver.
Truck driver.
Yeah.
He's a neat guy. You guys talk to Chuck?
Oh yeah.
I talk to him a lot.
Yeah,
He's got
that's
good videos
my
too.
singing career. Yeah. Hey, I won a Frank Sinatra deal on a cruise ship. I was in one of their shows as Frank Sinatra. I look more like Archie Bunker when they dressed me up. That was fun.
He was singing. I couldn't hear nothing.
I know. I was too close. I was using my
Oh.
phone.
Troy
Yeah.
Skis.
What's that?
Troy Skis.
So who else there? Pete.
The
Troy Skis says Mom is making you guys candy nuts tomorrow.
I don't know Troy Skis. I'm not sure I know
I know.
you, Troy Skis,
Yeah,
but I gotta
he's
say
on-
I'm
he's on
looking
my
forward to
inbox.
it.
Yeah, he's on. Hey, Troy, thank you.
Thank you.
Like your nuts, but
Dick Dickard said they're all nuts already.
Oh yeah, we're nuts.
Well, to be in this
Gotta be
industry, you
nuts.
gotta be a little right or left.
Yep.
Is
yep.
it? Is it? Or is it the fact?
Everybody else is just nuts, and we're the same
They
ones.
are.
yeah.
It's all right. Look at
There's
it, glass
a
half
select
full
few.
kind of thing.
Yep. Hey, there's nothing wrong with standing on your head and telling the rest of the world they're upside down.
No.
Absolutely not.
I've been doing it. Let's see, 13 years I've been felon. been cutting trees and firewood for.
He's sleeping, Nelson.
I've been cutting trees and firewood for, I don't know, I mean, probably close to 18 or 20. I've been using a chainsaw since I was 12. I know my mother didn't appreciate that. But I want to say, I've had a lot of screwed up things happen to me, but I know one of the ones that stuck in my head, probably the hardest, I'll give you two, they're quick. I was cutting ash on a job, and this was right when this beetle was coming through, and the ashes were starting to get loose. And these trees on this job were still pretty good, nice and white inside. We had some nice trees, and I remember down in this creek bottom cutting them beautiful. A gun barrel ash. I mean, just one of them, picture perfect. Just looks like a celery stalk. And I turned it loose. I didn't have a hard lean or nothing, but I turned it loose, and I remember stepping back and watching it come down and thinking, man, look how pretty that looks. It was snow. It was falling through the snow. And that tree hit the ground, and I stood there for probably about, I don't know, it felt like 2 minutes, but I'm sure it was like 10 seconds. And I started to take 2 steps forward. And I remember just feeling something hit me, and I didn't remember what it was, but here it was a 2.5, 3 inch limb that was, when that tree started to go, here it was either hung in another limb and just peeled off as the tree fell, but just for some reason it decided to fall at that moment, and it caught me right across his shoulder. And I mean, I fell like a sack of potatoes to the ground. And Skitterman was off, he was gone, so had that hit me, a couple inches to the right, it'd have put me right to the ground. And if my family's watching, turn it off, because I never told you this, because my mother was worried to death. But, and then the other one was just recently working with Paul, and there's a video of it. The video's labeled, and I don't mean to use a bad word, it's labeled bad shit, but shit is spelled like SH, and then there's some goofy stuff in there, because I can't put that as a thing on YouTube. But if you watch that video, it'll explain a lot better. I don't want to get it too much into it, but we were an awesome day. It was the day I showed you that picture, and I mean, we were laying out some timber. I mean, and I got well ahead of everybody, and I took on some ones that are along the property line, and I got a little cocky and started trying to swing these big red oaks parallel to the line instead of dropping them and pulling them back, waiting for the shovel to come grab them. And I had one that just had a sucker growing out of it, and it compromised part of the hinge, and I didn't see that sucker was growing over, and man, I went to turn it loose, and I was just telling a story at dinner time. And the tree will tell you when something's going wrong. It started to bite up on the saw and started to tell me, hey, this is bad. You need to get away and figure this out. And I, like a dummy, I went in for more. And this thing totally came apart on me. They barber chaired. I know the fella that was running. The fella that was running the kimchi for Pa. He told me he never seen a 6.5 foot tall dude run through the woods as fast as I did. He said, you were clearing tops in one stride. He said, you were moving fast.
What bottle cap, you fuckers?
So, and if you watch the video, it's crazy. I mean, it really is. I mean, and I hope someone looks at that and learns from that. I'll never be on the bad side of the tree. And if you ever have a doubt about anything, just don't do it. It ain't worth it. Don't ever try to save your saw. I mean, you can replace saws. You can't replace bones and lives. And that's the best. I mean, that's the best I can tell anybody.
Never.
You are a child at heart. I'm trying to tell a serious story. We got
the guy almost died.
They said something about a goddamn bottle cap. I don't know where it went. Can anybody see?
Oh man!
What a retard! Yeah, I know. Okay, Nazi, finish your story. What was this about, dying or some shit?
Yeah. But either way, at the end of that day with the tree coming apart on me and barber chair, and I mean, went back to the truck and changed underwear, and we went back at it. And that was still to this day one of the most productive days I ever had in the woods.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I'm happy to say that I shared it with that man sitting right there.
Thank you, Nazi. You're the man.
So
thank you, brother.
These are some of the nicest, greatest people, greatest community of people that I've ever met. I mean, everyone you run into at this show, not just the guys that are on YouTube, everybody greets you like you knew each other for years. I mean, it's definitely a very tight-knit community and group, and I'm so glad that I was accepted into it. So.
Well, we've got a lot in common. I mean, you know what? I mean, too, this is kind of like, it's kind of still reminiscent of what built this country and Canada,
Yep.
hard work, man. I mean, you know, you're taking something, you're making something out of nothing. You know what I mean? You're taking, you know, what the rest of the world just kind of takes for granted. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but I mean, you know,
it's everyday stuff.
Yeah. When I met Manny,
I'd have to say logging for me, honestly. And me and Paul talked about this the other day. I grew up a logger's kid, didn't have any money. Blue jeans and t-shirts. I didn't get to drive to school or nothing like that. I don't want to say that I was picked on, but I, didn't have a whole lot of friends.
What?
And I started working the rigging.
What?
I don't know. Truck drivers asking what's on the wall by the mirror.
It's
a picture.
It's a pot leaf.
What are you looking at?
Pot plant. Todd says pot plant. Anyways, I started working the rigging, and
It's like, what?
I don't brag about logging or whatnot, but when I was working the rigging, there were a lot of guys that couldn't keep up with me, and that's what I had. And so I went with it, and I love it. And if my knees would have never went south, I'd still be on the rigging today.
What? How do you guys all together? What do you think the coolest thing about doing your job is?
Outside.
Freedom.
I mean, like, okay.
I'm doing my thing. I'm doing my thing.
Absolutely. I mean, if I gotta go to the bathroom, I go to the bathroom.
I go right in my pants if I want to.
Well, I went right beside Marv the other day, but he didn't.
Now, when you were talking,
Hey, Professor Pukes couldn't make it too far up in the woods because he was puking out his butt too. So he ran up by Marv and took a dump.
That wasn't for me to you, away from Marv. He goes, "What are you doing?" And I go, "It's all right to look. Just because you look doesn't mean you're gay."
Oh man! Oh man, we have fun. We don't get a damn thing done.
What does it cost to start up now?
What do you want to start up?
Yeah, what do you want to do? You want to start up?
if you want to make $1 million, start with 2.
Yeah.
You want to start if you want to start a tower side productively, obviously you're gonna have to have a tower. You're gonna have to have a loader.
Crew.
Not very many hand chasers left anymore, so you better go get yourself a processor.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to have at least 4 guys willing to head over the bank every day. So.
First thing is find some guys that don't mind working.
Yep.
That's the hardest part, I think, out of any hard job.
Yeah.
Well, you need to find someone with the fire in their gut, like, you know what I mean, to do
Truck
this
driver,
job.
your knees went south and you went east.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Come on in. We'll be with you in a minute.
I don't know. I think one of the coolest things I ever noticed, but once I started really getting into it, was the fact that I'm just one man cutting one tree. By the time I'm done, how many hands is that tree hitting? You know, there's a guy employed in the mill that's going to grade that log. Someone's going to mill that log. Someone's going to stack that log, truck that log. You know,
and then the product after it's milled.
Yeah, whether it's veneer, crap paper, you know, just pulpwood, OSB, which someone's going to build a house out of.
Well, that's what makes me damn proud of this industry.
Yeah,
it's homegrown, it's recyclable, renewable.
It's our fastest renewable resource.
Absolutely.
Yeah, fastest renewable resource.
I've said this before. This is the greenest thing there is in anywhere in the world. And
we're farming.
Absolutely,
That's
tree
all
farming.
it is farming.
So get the freak over it and join the club, because anybody who's a tree hugger or an environmentalist ought to be loving us. We are stewards of our environment.
Who has ruined the most chainsaws in their career?
Oh boy,
I was told by one guy that smashing a saw was optional.
Yeah.
So I like I said,
I have blown up one saw. I've never run over a saw with the skidder or the skid steer.
I ran one over with a tractor twice, and it still runs to this day. No, that's no line either.
What kind of hotel has a picture like that on the wall? You ought to see the girl.
A good one.
Yeah. It's really.
Why do you think we're laughing?
It's not a hotel. It's a hookah lounge.
Okay, here's a real question for you.
Here you go.
Lumber tariffs. Does Canada lumber affect your bottom line?
Now, I'm the only Canadian here, Dave. Why would you ask that?
We got to. Who is it? Dickard with
Oh, yeah.
Dickard!
It's like throwing me under the bus if this goes bad.
Oh, what a shit steerer.
I think you'd have to ask Alex that, because
Chuck Driver says you haven't smashed a saw until you had it by the handlebars, by the bar, and swung it like a bat.
Oh, I've done that.
I have done that.
I have done that.
What's going on, Shore Vapor?
Shore Vapor.
I don't know.
Oh, that's cool.
That sounds like
I've
a shop out west.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say that sounds like one of them dispensaries. Huh?
Nelson says it drove the price up here.
I can see that, but did it? When he did?
But then you had 2 hurricanes come through, so then what do you need? More lumber.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the hurricanes coming through is as sad as people think. You know that is bad. People will lose lives,
Of course,
it's not good. You don't want to see
Their
that.
homes, they lost it. Yeah.
But it
Terrible.
drives the timber economy sometimes. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Absolutely. There was so much
Well,
that
there's-
happened this summer. The 2 hurricanes, Texas got hammered with rain,
it's rain.
and the West Coast got burnt out.
We're actually
And all of that, as being as bad as it is, it still puts jobs on the board.
and not just
Well, this
there,
is a silver
Yeah,
lining.
everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah. It runs the timber market up. Somebody's got to go clean it up, you know.
Someone's got to rebuild
There
their
is
house.
a silver lining. It sucks. I know people that have been affected by it, but
It's terrible. I mean,
it
but
affects us
it's
too.
Mother Nature. It's a fact
Yeah.
of life.
Yeah, but you can't stop it. That's for sure. You know, just when nature hands you the lemons, you make the lemonade. You know?
Well,
Sure,
unfortunately, there's nobody from the Canadian West Coast here to really
Yeah.
give their
Yeah,
point
that
of
would
view.
be-
Like for the hardwood market,
Yeah.
it doesn't.
I
It's
wanna-
been here really.
That
we
Shore
only sell
Vapor
across the
says,
border.
I work at a pulpwood mill in Maryland, unload trucks all day and enjoy your guys' videos.
Awesome.
Nice.
Where's he at, Luke? At is it Luke, Maryland? Must be. Oh, yeah. Where are you at, Luke? Is that
Thanks for stopping
Shore
by
Vapor.
too.
Shore Vapor? Yeah, is that Luke,
See you
Maryland?
before.
We used to haul in there quite a bit. If it is indeed, that's in I can't think of the name of the town down there, but if it's Luke, it used
No
to
wonder
be.
you always wanted to do this. This is
I can't think of who it is now.
It's a lot of fun. Especially
I work at a pulp and watching.
What did you see?
You watching them
North
while
Carolina?
you're unloading. What?
You guys.
You're
would
watching them
no,
while you're unloading.
Well, unloading.
Old Chesapeake Mill. Okay, I don't know that.
Old Chesapeake Mill.
Yeah, not familiar with that. Yeah. Are they buying wood down there? Are they buying wood at Old Chesapeake Mill, or are you guys?
Now, Paul's
doing
got
solid
some wood
too?
he'll sell you.
I got wood. I'd like to train car it down there. I got a rail yard I could use. I think I could check into it. But I'd love to find a good market for about 200 billion tons of pulpwood.
Did you hear from where you were sending it before when I was seeing your trucks? You're sending it south. So I know we're wide open again for there.
Oh yeah.
Did you-
Yeah, I did. I got to deal with them. Yeah. You should show Maryland what this is.
Apparently
Yes.
Shore lager, no
We
shore
have
vapor.
10,000
Or they're
tons on the
close.
yard now. I see you're all plugged up. Ah, dang it. No shit, vapor. I'm working on something.
Small world, apparently.
What? Boot camp logging? What was that? I don't know.
Beat champ.
Beat champ. Ah. So what about Lager Brandon over there? What do you got for scary stories? Other than meeting us?
We
Huh?
didn't hear yours yet.
That could be near life death experience.
The store that taught
Well,
me
if
to
you
pay
look at
attention-
these, if you look at these shoes he's wearing,
Yeah, that was bad.
That's
man.
kinda
Getting
scary.
I
married.
get to be tired whenever I was paying them tolls, but
Yeah.
the one that made me realize, hey, this kind of stuff you need to pay attention. As far as in the actual woods, I've never had any worth telling. I mean, there's been little ones where you smash your finger, this, that, and the other. But we're not on the saw most of the time. I mean, we've about flipped machines over, but as far as
That's easy. That ain't nothing.
He does that every week. Every week.
Fine.
that's a typical thing.
Yeah. You just need help with that, you can call me.
As far as for us, we've never flipped a machine over since I've been working with them. Which I mean,
I
you're
gotta tell you.
talking. It's
I bring
me,
him
the
up,
cutter
right?
man that's up here with me, and then my father and one other guy. And my father and the other guy have been working together for 25 years, so as old as I am. So they work well together, and me and the cutter man work well together. But I was probably 10, and we were augering holes with a 3-point hitch auger on the back of a track. I didn't know any better. I'm sitting out there with a t-shirt on, didn't have it tucked in or anything. Well, I didn't know that there was a bolt going through the PTO shaft.
Oh no.
Well, it grabbed my shirt, and literally, if I'd have had a nice shirt on, it probably would suck me in. But it ripped my shirt off, and for 3 months, I walked around like this, right, like with my arms spread out because it hurt to touch my sides because I had rug burn all
man.
And then my father was up there on the back. He walked down there and I couldn't say anything. He said, "Why didn't you yell or something?" I said, "Hell, I don't know. I couldn't."
It happened so fast.
It happened so fast. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
And as soon as I walked, it was like 92 degrees that day and humid. If anybody that's been in North Carolina knows how humid it gets.
Yeah.
It was humid. I had sweat all over me. I walked in the house and the air conditioner was like 68 degrees. I walked in the house and I was about to cringe because it was burning. And that was probably the turning point to where I figured out right quick. Paying attention, even if you got to take longer to do something, is the most important thing.
Absolutely, man.
Because everything we do is deadly. It don't matter if you're in a machine.
Yep.
We had one guy get killed on our job, and that was when I was 5. And he had been felling trees. This is before we had 2 cutters. We had 1 cutter, we had 2 crews. 1 cutter on 1 job, they were the high production job, and then we had another job it was a 210E without a D-limber on it. So they were doing everything with a chainsaw except load. I mean, they were doing everything with a chainsaw. And he kept telling Daddy, he said, "Look," he said, "never turn your back on a tree. Never turn your back on a tree." And he knew better than to do it, but they had got together on 1 job where both crews were on it. And he was used to cutting everything with a chainsaw. Well, the saw head was up there that day. And whenever he grabbed a tree, he had a hold to it, but instead of letting it go, the machine cut off. And instead of him sitting there and letting it go or trying to do something, he left it down there. Because they didn't have radios or anything in the saw head. Started walking back up there. Well, the guy that was felling was on a tree, sharpening the saw, I think.
Oh, man.
And whenever it started falling, he took off running, and he was sitting on top of a big oak tree, and it had a split up there, and he jumped. And whenever he jumped, the tree caught him right before he got to the split.
Oh.
And ever since then, it's been slow down and pay attention.
What part of NC are you from, Brandon?
Raleigh. Just
Wow.
south of Raleigh, so that's pretty easy.
Raleigh.
That's, I mean, I get that every day, you know. My family's told me, you know, "Hey, you know, we know you love what you're doing, but what do you do, you know?" And you tell them, like, "Look, you know, how do you tell your family, you know, I'm careful, it's not going to happen?" Because in the back of your mind, you don't
Well,
even
you don't know
it's
too,
not.
but you can, you know, by paying attention and doing
Don't
things
get complacent. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, don't get comfortable. Don't, you know, I got a good one about turning my back on a tree.
That was the one you told me that, I'll tell you what made me think. You told me that the one day.
Yeah, with the big pine up
Yep.
around. Well, Toddy Boy, if you're watching, you remember this. We was cutting that piece over by Charahoe High School. A big piece of white pine. In fact, it's where you bought your brand new Ranger. He bought a brand new Ranger truck. I think it was 1987. And he got picked up a brand new Ford Ranger. He was building at the time, doing framing work. What's that?
Your mind.
Pretty sad. The lumberjack sick mechanics, you keep your foot back together. Yeah, no shit. But anyway, that tree, it was snowy. It was real windy, snowy day, and I had a 540B John Deere cable skidder, and I was cutting some beautiful white pine. I mean, it was just 1,000 foot to the tree, 800 foot to the tree. It's beautiful timber, real tall, nice. So anyway, I fell a drag down, hooked it up, and on the way out, I was going to add a tree to the drag. It was right by the trail. And so I got out, and I cut the tree, and I don't know, I guess I didn't have wedge with me or something. I can't remember exactly. And I was going to add it to the hitch. And I cut it, basically, and it set back. I got my saw out, but it set back a little bit. So I don't think I had a wedge. I was going to drop the hitch and back the fairlead into it, push it over. I just don't remember why I did. I said, snowing like hell. freezing, jump up in the cab. You know, I didn't have a closed cab, but I had, you know, some heat going on in there or something. But anyway, so I go to the landing. I might have ran out of saw gas or something, so I couldn't limit. Whatever the reason was, I can't even remember. But I go to the landing, get out, gas my saw up, buck the logs, push them up in a pile. I think I stopped, got something to drink and a soda pop and a sandwich or something, right? Go back in the woods just a half hour later, right? Go in there, park my skidder, jump off, start cutting wood. Instead of grounding that tree, I forgot about it. I just forgot about it. And I start cutting. I fell another tree, right? And I'm going like halfway down, about halfway down the distance of this tree. And these trees are tall. These trees are like 100 foot of log in them. And they're just super, super tall. 80 feet. I mean, just nice, big, straight timber, right? So this tree fell across the trail. And so I bucked it in half, you know, just so I could put 2 chains on it, suck it in, wishbone it, so it wouldn't skin other stuff up. So I got it limbed out. I'm going down, right? I cut it half. I start limbing this top half. You know, just a couple knots to bump. And I'm leaning over the tree a little bit, you know, cleaning up the knots on this side, and I feel this down my back, just like it felt like somebody just took their arm and went like this down across my back. Didn't hurt. You know.
Is that mental, Marv?
And all of a sudden, everything went white. I mean, because the snow, it was snowing pretty good, and the top, you know, the top of this tree hit, and it hit the other tree that I fell, and it brushed a couple others on the way down, and I mean, total whiteout, right?
Yes, it is.
And I looked, I'm like, what the hell happened, right? I turn around, and that tree. Again, I was probably halfway the distance of this tree. This tree's probably like 100 foot. With the top, I mean, it was probably 125, 130 foot tree. Okay? And it was big. I mean, it was like the size of a garbage can, you know? And where that thing went and brushed my back on the way down.
She had to leave the room.
It was probably still 20 inches or something. It was just big, straight timber. And I'm telling you, that's how close it was. It hit my coat. That's how close. I mean, if it had been 6 inches more, or if I'd have just like pulled my saw up and stepped out to go forward, it would have flattened me like a friggin' bug. And I really stopped and did a little contemplating on that. You dumb bastard! You better remember to do. You know, remember. All I had to do is on the way in, I just had to bump that tree with the blade on the skidder. Would have grounded it, and it would have been fine. And I just completely forgot. And I mean, that damn near cost me my life. So, what did you say about paying attention? Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you do? Find Mental Marv?
Yeah.
Where are you at, Marvy?
He said he's not coming.
Oh, you shithead.
What? Marvin!
No.
Marv.
This won't be a party without you.
I know.
Some of the best times around the Dale Reynolds round table.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yep.
I was talking to the Tiger Cat guys earlier, and I don't think they understood half the stuff I said. They just,
Yeah.
I run into that a lot.
You're pretty good. We can get it pretty good. Old rebel, huh?
I can understand you better now than in your videos.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in my videos, I'm ready to. We ain't on TV, okay?
I love
It's
it.
YouTube.
I love it when they say down the holler.
That's a big one in West Virginia too.
Your brother says just got out of time like a samurai.
Yeah, just got a samurai ninja. Some of the best folks I ever met right down at Carolina Mountain. Boy, you guys are solid, no doubt. Good
So,
bunch.
I stopped at the toll whenever we were coming through there at the toll, and I know I ain't shut up about the toll, but there you go. I had my money out the window, and I'm sitting there thinking, this guy, I'm about to say, hey, how you doing? You having a good night? Just have a casual conversation with him for a minute. Oh no, he takes my money, slams his window shut, and goes back to watching hockey or whatever he's watching. I'm like,
Yeah.
we're not in North Carolina no more, buddy.
No, yeah.
You ain't in Kansas anymore, Toto, huh?
Someone shut up about that.
All right. Good night, Al.
Good night, Al. Get some sleep.
Bye bye.
Yep. We all need our beauty sleep.
Yeah.
Man, I wonder how many people will be there tomorrow.
I don't know.
Probably more. It was busy today.
I bet you it's going to be busy.
That is a cool show.
Be safe out there, Sure Logger.
I know.
Later.
I bought all kind of goodies. I was sitting in my truck waiting before dinner. And I'm like, I didn't realize how much crap I had bought.
You bought them nice. You bought.
I think I might buy some more. I might buy some more. You can't
beat it.
You can't beat that.
I know.
They had a $3.95 there for $9 1/4.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
I thought that
At
was a
that
good
same
deal.
one, they had one over at the other one for $9.60 plus a $50 mail-in rebate
What's the
with
most-
bar and chain.
What's the most interesting thing you saw today? I don't know what it was I saw. That was a 210 deer with it was a deer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
With the Robotech head.
It's too big for that
Yeah,
thing.
It is. The head's too big, but the John Deere
Sure
itself.
look good with a Ryan Dangle on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That was a good looking. I really like that John Deere. Perfect size for what Paul needs.
Yep.
But
Is that a hint?
No,
Is
you know what the
that
coolest
a hint?
thing?
That double wheel bogey skidder. Now I'm talking.
Oh, 625.
For you cable loggers out there, Tire Cat's got a 602 out there.
Oh,
That
lovely.
thing is awesome.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
do
nice.
a video on it
In the
tomorrow.
middle.
I'll
That's
record
a
a
nice
video
skidder.
tomorrow on it.
Definitely.
I gotta say,
Sweet.
I'll-
602 and a
Go for it,
604 they got.
I never was a big, huge Tiger Cat fan, maybe because I wasn't. The only Tiger Cat I'm experienced is with the land clearing big 6-wheel bogey. You know, I just run a little cable. And I got to tell you, the 602, that even with the tier, it's tier 4.
Yeah.
Even with the tier 4, they've got it together. I mean, this is a nice machine. It really is. Well built.
You're right, Dickard. Awesome Canadian gear. That's right.
Yeah.
I talked to him earlier about the Tiger Cats. I sat there for 3 hours and talked to the Tiger Cat guys.
They didn't understand a
Because you had
goddamn
your
thing you
feet-
said.
Quite a few.
They said, what the hell, Billy say?
Billy.
I don't know. I just kept on nodding. Yeah.
They're a solid group of guys.
Yeah.
Did you
That's
see the
That's a nice
video?
looking tractor, though.
Did you
ain't
guys see the video they had on
The
YouTube?
25.
I think that's what it was. It was like a half-hour long video. That was a
Yes,
bad
They've
video.
got
That
another
was,
one. They've got 20 out for their 20th year.
yeah.
And a lot of people don't even pay that one any mind. It's not as good as 25, but that's a tier 2 engine. Instead of them building EGRs and everything in it, it's a tier 2 engine. It's the exact same engines that they ship over there to Brazil or wherever they want to go. They put the stuff on after they built the motor.
Yeah.
So it's not got all the stuff in.
That's what he told me.
So you can just take it off, throw it in the dump?
If you can get the program for it. He said the only difference is the
I
all
wouldn't
the
buy
stuff
one
on it.
without them including the program. And
He
they
had-
tell you, oh, we can't do that. Yes, you can. Just do it on the slide. Secret. Yep.
I
You
asked
just,
him, could I
you know
buy
what you
one?
got to do? You just give me 10 grand off the price of that thing to pay for it. Because I won't buy one with it all.
The one thing that caught my interest was that he said everything for the tier 4, all the ERG, all that. There is no ERG or whatever with the twin turbos.
There's not a easy.
He said it's all after combustion. He said there's never the fuel, and correct me if I'm wrong. He said the fuel is never burned twice. He says it's burned, and then it goes out through the exhaust. That's how all that crap is done. I don't quite necessarily understand all of it myself.
A lot of your stuff, just like on my truck. Whenever I bought my truck, it had a DPF on it,
Yeah.
which was a brilliantly stupid idea.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason that you should be trying to burn diesel fuel off under your truck with more diesel fuel.
Yeah, no.
But the way they have theirs set up is their motors have never had an EGR, as far as what I understood today.
Mm-hmm.
And that's recycling all your engine gas and everything else, which is not a good idea.
No.
And that's what a lot of, just like Ford trucks, that's what a lot of those were giving so much problem
Yeah,
with.
they burn them
was
up.
that.
Yep.
But their stuff has none of the. John Deere's got their stuff built in and everything else. And I reckon
Don't buy
Cat
it.
does too now.
Look how big the John Deere's are. I mean, my God, they look like.
Stupid.
But see,
God, yeah.
yeah, you can't.
I bought an awful lot of John Deere
You're-
stuff, and I ain't buying no more.
I mean, it seems like they're twice as long
I'll
in
buy
the front
old
as they are
ones
in the back.
and
that's-
redo. I ain't buying nothing with that shit on it. Don't. Everybody boycott it, and they'll change it.
Front of the axle, like the back
And
of their
get
engine
somebody to
is
lobby
dead across the front
because get
Yeah.
rid of
That's
it.
all
Hey,
they
you know
do.
what?
Behind that, I
New
guess,
Zealand
all
loggers
Crap.
regulations. Yeah.
Crap.
2 years ago, all right, whatever, maybe not even 2 years ago. I bought New Zealand Logger magazine online, and I was reading the editorial, and the editor of it, I'm sure he's a nice guy, he was all for this greeny weenie shit, telling everybody how much the Kiwis was going to show the world that we can handle that DEF stuff and all this. Well, I told them, I said, you guys ought to meet down on the docks with your muskets and demand that those pieces of junk go back, because you're not going to have anything but trouble with them. You know, and this is something that I was pretty ticked off with Tiger Cat about. I got a letter because they wouldn't want me to buy their stuff, and I'd like to, but they sent me a thing about, oh, don't you worry, this is just the best thing since sliced bread. Well, it's not, and it's never going to be, because it ain't going to work. You're not going to get this stuff out in the cold and the twigs and the dirt and all that. It ain't going to work. So anyway, I told him, I told this guy from New Zealand, I said, you guys need to stop this before it destroys your industry. And lo and behold, I got a thing from the Tiger Cat Branches magazine, and it said that they were Australia and New Zealand were getting the older style engines in the machines. They don't have to do this Tier 4 stuff. So we're the only idiots that are doing this. It needs to stop. Well, they need to stop it. You just need to stop it.
With the tier 4 final tier.
Yeah, it's garbage. It's gonna do nothing but run people out of business. I know, because I have 2 trucks that have almost broke me. A 2013 Kenworth and a 2013 Pete that with the ISX Cummins, and I'm telling you, I bet you I've lost $250,000 running those trucks in the last few years. Just absolute tragic.
A lot of the guys that
don't buy them.
Tiger Cat Tier 4s.
You know, I had a swedge line.
Because they're better on fuel, but you're running into, you've got something totally. A logger needs minimal stuff that's temperamental.
Yep.
Dead fluid is temperamental.
Yep.
I've seen a cat skidder where they've had to come out and replace the whole system because the stuff set the sun to it.
Yeah.
Look at Chipper guy. That stupid thing they had. Oh, we'll clean it out. We'll clean it out. Clean it out. And they kicked around with that. What was it? 525 or 535? And finally, they replaced that whole stupid system. Like, come on,
these manufacturers got the balls. Tiger Cat did this, and this is one. I'm telling you right now, I was so disgusted with being lied to. I'm not stupid. Don't blow smoke up my ass, okay? And this was so obvious, okay? No, they sent me a letter about, don't you listen to any of these naysayers on this DEF. It's just the best thing since sliced bread, and you're not going to have any problem with it. First of all, I don't need any more jugs to carry to the woods. I can't carry a 55 gallon. No, I don't need it, and I'm not going to buy your products. And I buy a lot of products. You might want to watch my videos because I bought millions and millions of dollars worth of iron, and I will not buy anything with DEF. Right now, Tiger Cat, John Deere, and whoever else, what I'm planning on doing is finding 450C timberjacks, okay, or Clark skidders, you know, early 90s stuff, and remanufacturing it in my own shop by putting that Clark transmission that's in everything. It's not hard to find. And 6BT Cummins, they're bulletproof. They may be a little bit noisier. They may be a little bit dustier. They may be a little bit less comfy. But you know what? They'll run. Yep. They'll run and they'll pull my logs out. And when they break, I can fix them. So stick all your high-tech shit right where the sun don't shine. I hope you're listening. Because I ain't going to buy it. And you got a room full of loggers here that aren't impressed with the shit. So stop it. Get rid of the computers. My 748 was down for a day. A day over literally a $3.60 diode that it took my mechanic all day to figure out what was wrong with it. How much did I lose? A diode. Why do we need a diode? You know what? The emergency brake with a lever on it worked for how many? 80 years? What was wrong with that? I don't need all this crap. So get rid of it. Make a simple, basic machine. And if you don't, somebody else is going to come along and do it. So, and stand up to the federal government. Tell them to pound sand. You're not doing it. What are they going to do to you? What are they going to do to you? Nothing.
All right, guys. I'm out.
Alex is out.
Later, taters.
3:30 comes pretty early.
Yeah, 3:30. Yeah. Okay.
You guys stay safe. Get logs.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
We'll see you.
Later.
That's pretty damn
Oh,
Have
cool.
you
that was
seen
a
River
gas.
Ridge's equipment?
I love doing the
That
live.
is so
was
cool.
fun.
It